Hi, I'm Miro. I'm a TNT champion.
This is Rachel Ellerine, the queen of Strong Smile.
I'm Eric Bischoff.
Live events, all right? When the WWE comes on the holiday tour, when they come to Ireland.
Or Davy Boy without hair braids.
As a fan with braids, as a star without braids.
And you
are watching
WrestleSlam.
WrestleSlam.
And you're watching WrestleSlam.
Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam. We have the full team today, which is awesome. We've got Phil, Matt, Lesnar, and Mick, aka Michael. It's a huge show ahead. First of all, we're going to talk NXT and this new logo and this new team. Jor, I really liked what you've done, you know, with the Insta. That's how I pretty much seen the logo and the team itself. What do you think of it? People are going to probably eat my fucking head off, but I like that logo for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of Marvel. When it kind of moves, it's kind of Marvel-ish. But I like it. You're all looking at me stupid, but Joe, what's your take?
Nah, it was like something from MTV from the 90s. Like it was
They were
trash.
the days though, Joe. MTV 90s.
They were the days. And they were for kids. Like not, obviously.
Western kid.
WWE is a kids show. At the end of the day, that's a sort of Saturday morning kids show fucking logo. It's not a NXT. So like a more over. It's not a PG show. Like, but it's not. R-rated either. Like it was always in between. Like that was that bit different from the PG era of WWE, and now it just looks like that's going to be a PG kid-friendly show as well, and it's going to be on after the fucking Turtles in the morning, like or something.
Yeah.
Next up, Parker Bordeaux will be Tugboat.
Yeah, good role for him. Good role. Liz, what's your take?
Not the Shockmaster.
Shockmaster, yeah. What's your take, Liz? You like it?
I feel like some child won a colouring competition and was promised an awful lot as a result of it. I'm not a fan. I think I can see why people would like it and like to know the way to throw back to, the era of wrestling in the 80s. But firstly, it looks cheap and they want to move NXT in a new direction, but I'm just like, don't do it with fucking pocket change. And secondly, did you hear the lyrics of the song?
Yeah.
Stay true to yourself. Fuck off! Stay true to yourself. Anybody that was anyway original or stayed true to themselves, they put in a fucking skirt on Raw. So don't give me this stay true to yourself shit. It's like, no, Santa Claus the Movie 3 will make a load of Tin Man fucking soldiers that will do exactly what we want them to do, but stay true to yourself, aka what we created you to believe that you are yourself. I don't like it. I think it's just... I don't know, it's like a local library's colouring competition and a child got an Easter egg. I'm just not with it.
Interesting take. Matt Murphy, what's your take on this logo? Is it up your alley or is it nah?
Well, lads, first of all, you do realize I designed the logo. I was really happy with it.
That explains a lot. That explains.
Oh, so thanks for your honest opinion, like.
That way people were waiting on that fucking bench yesterday in the gym, like you were busy designing that logo.
Getlift.com.
I was creating art by taking a shite load of selfies for my Insta, like need likes. But anyway, how I liked it, I don't know. I think because of this new direction that Vince wants under 30s to join the NXT roster, I immediately thought, because they want younger talent and they want like younger eyes on this logo, maybe just to appeal to them. I mean, to be honest, I might end up liking the logo. I might get used to it. It's just, this huge shock would be like, oh, that's what NXT is going to look like now. Great. I think, but besides the logo, I'm just kind of worried about what direction they're going to go to. I mean, granted, look, NXT is a place where you need to develop yourself, show why you need to go to the roster, but now it became its own show. And of course, I heard the theme song. I mean, I prefer that to We Are Wild and Young, if anyone remembers that song. So all in all with the logo, I'll try to like it if WWE is going to say this is the logo now, because they like to say what they want to toss out. So I don't know how to feel about the logo, but that's just me, because knowing me in the past podcast, I've always been at least 99% right about facts. I'm going to stick with it. So.
No, I respect it. Mr. Stone, what's your take on this NXT logo team? Is it encouraging signs ahead?
To be honest, I saw some of the outrage online about the new NXT logo, but I don't understand why people are acting like the original logo was any better. I thought the old logo was kind of crap as well, like, to be perfectly honest. With this new logo, like the logo sums up my feelings towards NXT right now as a whole anyway, and that is complete indifference. Like, so yeah, I can understand why they, like, given that they're looking to change things up there, I can understand why they want to go for a new logo. I mean, they're always going to try and go for something completely different to what they're originally than the original logo. Otherwise, what's the point of even changing logo? Like a lot of things, like I think it's like a lot of things in wrestling, people don't particularly like change when there's something, particularly when it's something that they're attached to.
Yeah.
But I think if you give it time, people will kind of warm to it. I mean, if you look at the US title, for example, I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people seem to be warming to it a lot more now. I think it's the same thing will go for the NXT logo. But yeah, I'm totally indifferent to not only the NXT logo, but NXT as a whole right now.
I love it. All mixed reviews so much. Phil, what's your take? Look, I know you're a massive NXT fan. Is it enough to get Adam Cole to sign a new contract and have Pete Dunne sign a new contract, or are they fucking off out there?
Adam Cole is gone, but Pete Dunne is probably going to stay.
And is he going to sign that new deal that was offered to him?
Probably, yeah, I think so. But just going back to the logo, it's like George said, it's like a Nickelodeon show on a Saturday morning. It's really, really poor. Like,
what's happened to everyone? Nickelodeon was fucking decent, and MTV.
I know, but like, there's a time and there's a place. But if you're going
in 5,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I suppose.
But if you're going to rebrand NXT, you need to change the name if you're going to do something this drastic.
We're just too old. That's the problem. We're all too old.
What are you talking about?
For WWE, we're too old.
You want to cool your fucking jets now, mate, fairly lively.
Have I got jets?
You fucking will on your back out the door. Fucking old. Sorry, go on.
I just think it was like made in Microsoft Paint or something.
Yeah. It's interesting. Look, we obviously I went on to Twitter. Like, I like to go on Twitter because, look, I like to see what's trending, and then I just seen NXT. So I was like, something must have pretty much happened, you know what I mean? And I was like,
well, Vince McMahon went there about a month ago and decided this is not working. There you go.
With his grandkids.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because, look, I know they've offered Pete Dunne a new deal. I'm curious to know will Pete sign the deal. I think he will because, look, I know he's based in America.
I think he will.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the pull Adam Cole has. He's not quite there yet. He wasn't the UK, but he's not in the States.
Also, he's also known like that WWE gave him a chance to come to America, so he won't turn their back on him.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great capture if he does sign that new deal. No, lads, Adam Cole he's motherfucking missing. No one knows where he's gone. Contracts apparently expired. That's what we've been told. Rumors, All Elite Wrestling. We're seeing this little trend of CM Punk having things on his shoes. You know, all these little signals that could add up to something in the end. Phil, do you reckon Adam Cole is better off staying and going to SmackDown and chancing his arm and trying to beat that little circle of, NXT stars falling? Or is he better off going to All Elite Wrestling? Does he have the power to be a household name in All Elite Wrestling?
I think he does. It's just getting the booking right with him.
Yeah.
It's just like if he just becomes another guy, what's the point? Like, I had a theory yesterday that he might attack Jon Moxley. Because Moxley has no direction. He has nothing going for him.
Lost.
He's absolutely nothing going for him. So he might get attacked by him after the match it all out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Interesting. Joe, what's your take on the whole Adam Cole thing? Look, we're seeing all the trends. He's obviously trending quite a bit. Do you think it's a good move if he was to leave and go to All Elite Wrestling? Is his brand going to stay up? Is his stock going to go up? Or is it the case of, look, he done everything in NXT. You know what I mean? And that's it. And he's going to go.
I think NXT was the ceiling for him. He's as charismatic as hell. Like, he would absolutely on the mic, he would outshine most of the people on the main roster. But he would never be allowed to do that because they would stop him. They would turn him into some shitty gimmick and he'd be in the 24/7 title fucking chase somewhere down the line. Like, it wouldn't be used properly. And I'd say Triple H probably told him to go because he probably, Triple H has a great respect for him. He didn't want to see him end up like Karrion Kross or Keith Lee or the rest of them. Like, save yourself now and get out while you can. And he's got everything there in AEW for him. Like, he's got, the members of the Bullet Club or the Elite now. And he's got Britt, all his friends are there.
Yeah.
it's a perfect place for him. Like he won't look small on that roster. Like whether he joins up with Kenny Omega and the Bucks or he goes against them, whatever happens, like I think he's going to get a chance to shine there. As long as they don't throw him into what they did with Rusev at the start and throw him into some fucking video game thing. Like I know he's mad into video games, so as long as he doesn't do something like that, just go in and be a promo guy or be a leader of a faction or something like that. There's plenty of factions there for him to be in control of.
Definitely. Liz, what's your take on Adam Cole, baby? Because look, we know he's good. We know he's had some great matches. He's Triple H loves him, and I like what George said. Triple H has probably told him to go, as in look, go and build your stock more over in All Elite and come back. Things might be better in a couple of years, but it's probably fair to say Triple H has said that to him.
It's possible, but like to quote Taylor Swift, quite happily, Phil, to quote Taylor Swift, I think we've seen this film before and we don't like the ending. That's exactly what Triple H is saying, because he's seen some of his brightest stars leave NXT and look what happened to him. Do you know what I mean? So I think that Adam Cole has a special place in his heart, because to be fair, Adam Cole reminds a lot of us of Shawn Michaels. He does, with the charisma, very fancy way of saying it, with the charisma and the style and the flair and the work on the mic. We know what he's capable of, and so does Triple H. So I wouldn't be surprised if we gave him a little bit of a nudge, kind of saying, this is what's going to happen if you go up. He knows what's going to happen if he leaves. Phil is bang on. It definitely depends on the booking in AEW, but if he stays in WWE, regardless of, it would want to be some paycheck. If he stays in NXT, it would have to be some paycheck, because we've got a logo designed by Ralph fucking Wiggum, or we go to the main roster where like nothing, God bless, is going to happen for him. He's going to be sat in catering or stuck in a makeshift tag team a la Ziggler or Rude. That's what's going to happen. And it's just so sad to see it, because he's in his prime. We said it last year, he's in his Finn Balor 30s, and we need to kind of protect that at all costs. So for his own sake, future sanity and reputation, jump fucking ship.
Yeah, no, I agree. Michael, what you reckon, my man? Obviously, look, we all know how good Adam Cole is. Vince doesn't see it. Is he going to jump ship, or is he going to stay put and sign a 1.52 million deal for 2 years or whatever it could be?
Yeah, for a good while now, I've been thinking that, like I think I've said on pretty much every episode that we've talked about and that I've been on, that I think he'd probably leverage the offers from AEW and other places to get himself a better deal in WWE. And that would only make sense for him. But at the same time, you have to look at the record for NXT guys going. It looks nailed on now at this stage that he won't be staying in NXT. What else is there for him to do in NXT? He's pretty much done everything there is to do. There's no point staying there at this point. So the next step would be to jump up to the main roster. And if you look at the record of NXT guys going to the main roster, I don't even remember the last guy that went to the main roster when he was used well. Maybe the guys in the Shield.
I'd go back as far as the Shield for that one.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, there's probably the Shield. So when you look at that record, he's probably thinking, Jesus, this could kill me a character. So you take a massive knock to his reputation that he's worked so hard to build on NXT, and even before he even got to WWE. So maybe he might be thinking, maybe I'll just go hang out with my girlfriend over in AEW, because AEW will be able to offer him savage money as well. Maybe not as much as WWE are going to be able to offer him, because they seem to have an endless amount of money. They just, But at this stage, it's looking more and more likely that he's going to be going. I thought if he was going to sign a new deal, we would have heard something by now. I think his deal's up. Was it today or yesterday? That was
midnight last night.
Yeah. So surely we would have heard something by now if he was going to stay. So all signs point to AEW at this point, I would say, or maybe somewhere else. There's a lot of other places he could work. He could go to any company in the world. He can go to New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact, anywhere else, and anyone would be very, very lucky to have him. But AEW does seem to be the most likely at this point.
I think we're all in agreement. Matt, are you in agreement that he's gonna pack his bags and make that trip?
I'm definitely in agreement, because at this point, after Karrion Kross, God help him, hopefully we'll get to that in a bit. I can be hearing there with seeing some of NXT coming on the main roster. Because I think we're all the same. We're going to be on the edge of our seat. It's like expecting a jump scare in a horror film. You're like, oh God, what are they going to do with him? Are they going to do something good, bad? With Adam Cole, I think I said this last week, was I can't see him on the main roster. I don't know what Vince will do with him. Like you said, like he's a huge gamer, so maybe Vince is going to say, oh, we need someone on Twitch, so maybe we're going to give you like a gamer gimmick or something like that.
Oh, fucking TJP. Jesus Christ, go on.
There you go.
Too soon. But yeah, I can't see him on the main roster. He's always been an NXT fella. He's always been one of the main NXT fellas I can see, like next to Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. But since NXT is going to a new direction, let's hope not, a reality show again. God help us. And he can't stay longer. Pretty much agreed. He needs to jump ship. Like, he has a lot of reasons why he needs to go to AEW. Not because, they focus on the wrestling. It's because he has all of his mates over there. So he'll be, and his girlfriend, of course, Rick Baker. So he'll be over there, he'll be competing, and he'll be happy with knowing who's with him. And like what Mick said, it doesn't have to be AEW. It can be Impact. It can be Ring of Honor. It can be AAA. Any place will be, like, great to have him because once he's gone, which he is already gone, he's gone. You just lost a hot talent, like. So that's what I think.
I think his mind was made up on that Twitch call. Did you see that when he got the call when all the lads were released? I think that was it. Like, once that came in, he was done. Like,
he didn't talk about, like, he's definitely got his head screwed on. So I suppose we're going to know the next week. It's not going to be more than a month anyway. He's kind of, he's going to.
No, I think we're all out coming up as well. They want surprises.
September's the time.
I'd say the way they killed him off the BT, I think they'll resurrect him on BT. I think that'll be a way of bringing him back to that show. Maybe not with AEW straight away, but maybe if they resurrect him first.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad Matthew brought up Karrion Kross. He's like a sex worker from Amsterdam in the red light district. He really, I can only imagine when he was approached to wear that, whatever the fuck it was, dominatrix / sex lord.
Who tells him that? Is that Bruce Pritchard? Like,
I don't know who it is, but it's someone that has a fetish. You know what I mean? It's a bit unusual to see someone. We've seen people go up to Raw and SmackDown and they haven't really been touched. They still have the same gear and stuff. But obviously, Karrion's come out worst. Phil, what's your take on what he's wearing, first of all, and what's the whole point behind it?
Everyone else out like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, he's like a guy in Amsterdam, like, that just walked out of a sex show, like,
But as well, like, but like, what else as well is the king kept falling off during the match.
Yeah.
He had to keep fixing the straps. It was just horrible. I actually feel so sorry for him because he was booed out of the building on his last NXT appearance. And then he used to do that, the next night. It's horrible.
It might be hard to come back for that, though. Like, you know what I mean? He's going to be a great guy. He could win. He could win the Universal Championship, and he could be one of the greatest stars of all time. And 20 years from now, he can do a Q&A. And the first question is always going to be, Karrion, you remember that time you wore all that gear?
Yeah.
That's the part. Like, it's very hard to come back from that. Like,
but the thing is, like, the rumors are going around the internet is like Vince McMahon wants something that he can sell and he has nothing. So they're like, you need to wear this. And we're going to try and sell this mask on whatever. And it's just like, something else.
You will get a couple of creepers out there that will buy it, like.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Buy his used underwear or something.
Yeah, there's people out there. There's men and I'm sure women that will buy his underwear. I don't know. It's a weird world that we live in.
Karrion cross-dresser.
Yes. There you go. Some people are into the swings and stuff, Joe, what's your take on it?
Brutal. Yeah. Absolutely horrendous. It's worse. I said it a minute ago. It's worse than fucking the Shockmaster's costume. Like, it's fucking horrendous.
I remember
I feel so sorry for him because when he first came in the WWE and the NXT, he was the hottest thing going. Like, everybody was like, "Fuck this boy! He's massive. He's a Vince guy. Like, he's gonna go far." Like,
then he started talking.
Then he lost to Jeff Hardy, and that was the end of him. Like, the minute he lost to Jeff Hardy, he went back to NXT, and it was just his aura. Everything was gone. Scarlett was gone. Like, everything's fucked for him. Like, regardless of what they do with him forever now, give him a year, and he'll be gone from WWE. You have to keep this up.
He'd be lucky to get back to Impact at this stage.
Oh, they'll take him back and make him a Killer Cross again. Like, but this is not Killer Cross. Like,
I don't know, Liz. I've seen your body language. You're pissed off about the whole thing. We know the potential Karrion had. Scarlett was fucking awesome next to him, and now it's all been changed. What has happened? Has he said something backstage to piss someone off, or is it just a case of, yes, we're going to do this with him? He's cute. We're going to do this with him.
I'm not going to lie, right? But I'm absolutely fucking fuming about this whole situation. Not been funny now, right? But it reminds me of two things, okay? Number one, the taxi dropped him off at the wrong fucking party dressed like that, right? Firstly, definitely got out at the wrong stop. Secondly, do you remember in Dodgeball when they were sent the wrong fucking outfit and they all had to go out dressed as gimps, right? That's what's after happening here. And you're just like, who in the name of Christ is going to buy this? Let's direct NXT towards kids, okay? But now, let's put Karrion Kross in sex straps on the fucking main roster. How diverse can you be? Phil is bang on. We had, good idea, get Killer Kross. Bad idea, get Killer Kross, call him Karrion, and then make him talk. The worst thing they ever done to that man is put him on the mic. It took away everything. We have this mixture of, we've said it before, poor man's Russell Crowe. We have some kind of a Punisher. We have some kind of Assassin's Creed. Make your fucking mind up. Give us back our Punisher. Give us back our Mystique. Give us back our brutalize everybody and not say a word. Let Scarlett do the talking for you. All of that is gone. As Phil said, for sure, it's we need something to sell. I don't know about you, but there's no fucking way I am buying that €3 Wish gimp mask to put on for any day of the fucking week. Never. Just fucking stop. Just because he came in hot off the fucking bat, we have to mold it into something what we think he could be. How can you do that when you don't know what the fuck he's supposed to be? You don't know yourselves. You're just throwing everything at the wall and hoping to fuck it sticks. I am disgusted over the whole situation. He cannot come back from this.
No. Love it. Liz's take is perfect. It's spot on.
He is finished. Like George said it, like he'll be gone within a year.
Yeah. It's a horrible situation. Like if he was just a guy that didn't talk and Scarlett done the talking for him, like
that's what it is. That's what was happening at the start.
Killer accepts the challenge. It would have been perfect, and they should have done it, and we know they haven't, and we've seen that happen many, many times before. It's
Jim Cornette will definitely buy that costume though.
Yeah, I know.
That option. Jim Cornette would love that.
We would, for sure.
I would say I feel like WWE really crossed the line.
Yeah, they did.
Man, I haven't calmed down enough yet.
Speaking of crossing the line, Matt, look, what's your take? Obviously, it's bullshit, yeah? We're all going to agree. It's fucking... They've really dropped the ball again.
All right, look, I'll just say this now, but here at WrestleSlam, we don't believe in kink shaming, all right? Whatever gets you going, it's grand, okay? But sometimes someone needs to call this out. And Vince, Karen, we don't know what you're trying to aim for at this time. When I first saw that, I just thought it was like you're being invited at the very last minute to a Halloween party and you're going to your local Halloween shop and that was the only costume they have. You will not wear that. I mean, if you want to wear that, go ahead, but it's just the fact that it just looked on Karrion Kross and they didn't back it up. They don't even explain why he's wearing it. Like Nikki Ash with the superhero gimmick, she explained why that's a gimmick, grand. Alexa Bliss, I'm not one for a gimmick, but she explains why that's a gimmick. But they didn't give it any detail. They just have Karrion Kross toss it on him and just win this match against Ricochet. And that was it. No backup. And I guarantee, someone tells me next week on Raw, they're just going to scrap the idea because of the huge backlash. Because that's just
I think they might double down on it, to be honest.
Double down on it, yeah, but I don't know.
You might give them a
Yeah, exactly. Dog collar.
Daddy, that's what's fucking common with a big collar that says daddy on it. They didn't even commit to it. They didn't even measure him up for the fucking outfit. It fell off him when he was trying to wrestle. Lads, I'm not being funny if I'm going out in something new, right? And I am anyway on display. I am fucking taped to within an inch of my life out of fear of anything falling out of anywhere, right? Yeah, it was falling off him. I know. It's a curse we all bear. But it was falling off him when he was trying to put it. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt, no, but you know what? This has just grinded my gears to something terrible.
I can guarantee, lads, because we're on this hot topic, we're going to have a lot more viewers. All the mysterious people in the world will be listening to this right now, and they're going to say, "Oh, that's."
But you know, it's so bad that me and my brother went back to start watching from the old days. We're not watching it anymore hardly these days.
Yeah. So we're all in agreement that Karrion Kross is going to come out next week. He's going to have Daddy, the ball, a bit of fluff around his arse cheeks.
You know what? They might actually give him a Scarlet, but she'll have on something similar.
Well, should they probably have her wearing? Yeah.
Oh, I know. I've got it. She's going to have a fucking chain, and she's going to be dragging him out. He's going to be
like all fours just crawling to the ring.
She's going to whip him in the ship.
All in all, Karrion, if you're watching this if you're listening to this podcast, if it's going way too far, just remember your safe word, lad. Okay.
Oh my God.
We love you. We love you, Karrion.
We need to stop, lads.
Sorry this is happening to you.
I suppose, like, before we go, we should probably, because I know there's probably not enough time, but, like, I just want to get your thoughts on Happy Corbin, because it was quite funny.
We were good. That was one of the main topics. We were going to come to that. Yeah, look, the man's on a roll. He's on a roll. I fucking love the gimmick. I love the poor Corbin, and I like the happy Corbin, and he's trying to buy Money in the Bank. I'm all for it. I think it's good. I think he's going to get a title shot at some stage. That's my take. Phil, what's your take?
No, it's good to see him back.
Cameron Grimes' gimmick. There's a bit of similarities. That Cameron Grimes got a bit of money and he started trying buying stuff off people, like, and paying for them to do tricks and shit. I think that's what he's going to end up doing. Like, they're going to take Cameron Grimes' gimmick that he's no longer doing it now because he's a face. Like, so they've got that leftover probably stories that Cameron was going to do and just decided.
But why don't they just, like, bring him in and pretend like he was actually like that Double J thing where he was pretend he was singing, but he was actually Grimes was giving him money under the table while he does all those videos.
Ooh.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
I like that. Was it too soon? Did they finish his poor gimmick too soon?
I would love more of it. Would love to see more of it.
I would have seen like literal rock bottom. You know, I think we kind of like lost a few bucks and, you know, now we won big in Vegas and overnight we've changed. I would have liked to see more. I know that's terrible, but I would have literally liked to see him rock bottom.
Yeah, I've loved Karrion Corbin for a long time, so I'm delighted people are starting to come around to my point of view. It's great.
He is box office, like, isn't he?
Like, he's one of the only guys that you can actually hate. He's one of the only guys you can actually hate.
Natural heel.
He's one of the NXT call-ups now that's after doing something decent.
It took time.
It took time, but he's always been consistent.
Yeah.
Never been like, oh, he's shit, get it, you know, people say, oh, go away. He's like, but he's always been, you know, he always played up to the heel gimmick. Like, he's always pissed everything off.
He can go as well if you give him the chance. Remember him in King of the Ring? He was awesome in King of the Ring.
Yeah, he's well able. Yeah. I like he's been there so long, people forget, like, you know what I mean? He's won the Andre the Giant Memorial, like, you know, he famously never got to really cash in on Money in the Bank, or he did, you know, there was there.
But like, you have to be very careful because the last time he was rammed down people's throats, that's what happened.
Yeah, but I think people love him in general. I think the storyline's crazy. I think this whole winning streak thing is perfect. Mr. Stone, do you reckon he's a future champion? Via, you know, is he going to win the Universal Championship, WWE Championship?
No, not really. As much as I like Baron Corbin, I just don't see him in that role. I just don't think people will buy him in that role. However, like, I think he does play a really important part in the show. Like, and he's one of the most entertaining parts in the show. But I mean, look at Sky Twadi. He was always one of the best things on the show for a long time. Like, and he never won World Championship, and he didn't need it. You know, I think, you know, mid card belts. You know, I could see him winning many of those, but I just don't see him as a world title guy. I just don't. As much as I love him, as much as I'm a believer in him, I just don't see him as that guy.
Yeah. No, interesting take. I like that. Now, lads, we have, like, obviously we spent a lot of time talking about the Karrion Kross situation, and it's been an awesome show. But we're going to quickly go through SmackDown. Obviously, we've seen Balor, the Street Profits, take on the Usos and Roman. It looks to me as though it's going to be Balor and Roman moving forward. I think they're scheduled.
They announced it for next week. They announced that match.
So Balor's he's in a good spot at the moment, which is good. They brought him back to SmackDown, and he's done all right. Like, he's could have been around the main events pretty much. Sure, do you think Balor's in a good spot? Obviously, he's pushing for something big.
He's at the minute he's in a good spot, but he's not going to beat Roman. Like, so if they have the match next week and it goes ahead and it's not put off until Extreme Rules, like if he loses, then he loses, like, and he's going to go back to mid card or upper mid card somewhere. So I don't know what to do with him after that. Like, I think it's almost too soon for them to have a match next week. I thought they might hold off at least until the pay per view, like, and if they're not having Brock and Roman straight away. Like.
Interesting take. Liz, Brock is back. I know we didn't really get a chance to speak about it because obviously we done the show prior to SummerSlam, but obviously looking good, looks strong, has a nice little man bun. What's your take? Is he going to be back? There's talks he's going to have 7 or 8 matches. Interesting.
Apparently so. Is it like an 18-month or 2-year contract with about 8 matches or something like that? I'm happy to see him back. And in all honesty, after that absolute shit show that was the women's match, he saved the night, to be honest. Like, the crowd, as Jer said on Dirty Heels the other day, the crowd went home happy. They had to. But as we all know now, that has come out of the woodwork, as it always does, that it was a knee-jerk reaction, which we all kind of knew to what was after happening, like, a couple of nights prior. So whether they pulled the trigger on it early, and now Finn Balor is filler until they are 100% all in for what are they having? Crown Jewel, is it Super fucking Showdown or the greatest in the world, or what is it? Whatever the fuck's happening in Saudi anyway, that they're setting that up for that. But I think he looks great, I have to say. Man bun, no man bun, I don't care if he plats it. I think he looks brilliant, and I like the way he was presented in jeans and a tank top, which is random for Brock, because we always get like the little bouncy shorts. But I thought he looked great, to be honest with you, and he really, really saved the show. I'm looking forward to seeing Paul Heyman on a pole match. I think it needs to happen. I think it's essential. And I just can't wait to see how this. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. The unmaking of Paul Heyman.
I love it. Now, lads, they're saying it's the biggest. Am I wrong? Am I right? The biggest pay-per-view of all time via WWE. Yeah, that's crazy.
The most watched. Yeah.
Crazy. Good stat though. Obviously, they're doing something right.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, I heard that there's going to be a lot more shows on a Saturday night moving forward.
Well, that's good. That's good for us. We have something 7 days a week pretty much now moving forward, which is good for the wrestling fan that has a bit of time to watch something. I'm going to swap quickly to All Elite Wrestling. Obviously, look, we've seen the highlights. We've seen what happened. Phil, give us a quick run through of All Elite Wrestling.
Like, I was just so disgusted that Jurassic Express lost, so I just give up.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Oh, it was horrible. Like, unless that gets turned to a 3-way, I just don't make it. Doesn't make sense.
Age match though.
Yeah. And obviously Punk was there, which is good. We've seen Punk and Christian Cage.
Yeah. But the problem is with the Punk the other night, I thought it felt samey to the last week.
Yeah. Just trying to make
the rest of the show wasn't strong enough to follow him.
Yeah, apparently there was COVID cases.
Yeah.
Really, I didn't hear that. Oh, okay, that explains it, because it wasn't as strong enough to after he opened it. I think the rest of the show was a little bit flat. But you know what? The tag match last night opening Rampage was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Match.
And then the Chris Jericho stuff as well. I think he was going to win. I think I thought he was going to lose, but I think he's going to win.
No.
But if so, we need to put it to bed. Stop flogging the horse.
Yeah. But we know he's going to take a break shortly because he's doing his European/World Tour with Fozzy. So,
is there any stakes? Is there any stakes for MJF? Because I didn't get any.
No, there's no stakes for him.
Fozzy.
Signed by Fozzy, the whole lot of them. I only found this.
So what's the point of the match if there's no stakes for him?
I don't know.
I suppose his bragging rights. He finished off Chris Jericho.
Yeah. I don't know. I think. Look, I just hope that All Elite don't get overcrowded. Look, I know the talks Daniel Bryan's going to go, but I think they're in a good spot. I think they have to let things die down a small bit for another big pop. They can't just have a big pop every week because that comes crushing at the end.
I suppose the other side of it, while you're saying that, is Braun's going to impact Braun Strowman.
I don't believe it. And viewers might get a little surprise next week via WrestleSlam. So yeah. I just wouldn't. I told you I'd backflip off the shaky bridge, and I'm afraid of heights, big heights. So I'll backflip off the shaky bridge. Something I've done once ever, and I belly flopped. I hit it belly on. So I'm going to do it. If Braun and who do we say? Braun and
Bray Wyatt.
Is it Bray?
Buddy Murphy.
And
if
Buddy
they
Murphy.
both join Impact Wrestling, then I'll do that. And I won't be surprised if they do. I just don't think they're going to do that. I'd love to see him in Impact, but I don't think.
I think it's the best place. I think it's the best place for Braun.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
I think Braun. I don't know. I just can't see him make that move.
Put him in the Violent by Design. They got rid of Rhino there during the
Yeah.
week, so
Yeah.
Violent by Design he is Violent by Design. So
yeah,
And is you.
agree.
and him against Big Cass or W Morrissey would
Yes,
be
W
massive.
Morrissey.
Yeah, it'd be a great match.
and-
Great match.
And I think this might get more views on Impact. I know Impact's doing well. It's just the fact that, a lot of AEW, WWE guys who went to AEW will go to Impact randomly, I feel like. And with Christian Cage being the Impact World Champion, he's on AEW. More people tuning into AEW than to Impact. So they might need to get a big sign like Braun Strowman. So this might be a good way in some way.
I
Sorry,
hope it
Jerry.
happens. No, I'm just in regards to Impact. We know Swan and Mac defeated the Good Brothers. Impact is still good. I'm still watching it, still catching up. Obviously, the Influence defeated Wild. I think Taylor's got a big future, even though she lost that match. I think she's going to really shine throughout the end of the year. Obviously, Christian Cage is back, and he's doing his thing. His promos are pretty good.
Just because I know there's only like 2 minutes left, can I just get your quick thoughts on that water match? Just really fast.
Oh, absolutely loved it. One of the best.
Yeah. That's the
What's the-
biggest love for Dragunov.
The end of it was anticlimactic, but the match was great.
It was unbelievable.
I love the ending. Oh, I
loved
love
it.
the quick tap. Gee,
I loved
like,
it, yeah.
what a vicious bastard. We love him. Love him.
It was savage. It was savage.
I don't know. I think the match was kind of dragging. Copy and paste. Anyway, let's move
I
on.
actually can't.
We'll
I
leave it
can't.
there. We'll leave it there.
30 seconds to go,
Let's
guys.
move. Like,
Do check out Ace Austin. That's going to go out this Saturday. Obviously, WrestleSlam goes out Sunday. Ace Austin. That's going to go out Saturday on the Sports Matters page. Also, the Dirty Heels. That's dropped at the moment. Cork City and New York. And as I said, look, there'll be a lot of stuff happening next week. 1 or 2 surprises that have been in the pipeline for a couple of weeks. So do stay tuned. Jer, Elizabeth, Matt, Michael, and Phil, thank you very much. Guys, this is WrestleSlam. Thank you for checking out our Twitter page, @SlamWrestle, the Facebook page, and the Instagram page. Honor as always, guys. Thank you very much. Be safe. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.